The Alta Via 2 is one of the classic long-distance routes through the Italian Dolomites. 160 kilometres of rugged peaks, high passes and spectacular mountain scenery. Over the next few videos, we'll trek south from Bressanone to Feltre, while camping most nights with just one stay in a Refugio. In this first episode, we begin with a huge climb straight from the train station in Bressanone to Plose, where we make our first camp. On day 2, we cross dramatic passes to the Puez Plateau, pitching our tent a respectful distance from Rifugio Puez. Let's go! I'm smiling. It's 22 minutes past 6.
On the 11th of August, about to get a bus, then a train, and then a walk. Looking our way through Brixen,
Bressanone.
The start, just leaving the station. Hopefully we're going the right way. Leaving the town.
From Bressanone, the route can be a little confusing.
Heading up the hill.
We used the Commute app to guide us toward the upper station of the Plose chairlift. We hiked the entire way.
Well, we've just come through a wooded area from Bressanone. Best advice I can give is head for the hills. Turn east and head for the hills and go uphill. There are red markers, but not immediately, and the All Trails guide starts from a place that we're just about to reach now, so not the town. By God, it's hot. Whew. We're both sweating, we're both wet through, but it is lovely. There's a quick spin round. How are you doing, Dave? Sheltering in the shade there for a precious second or two. How hot is it? Oh.
Sorry, I might just stay here over there.
Can't do
A little breeze and it's shady. Today, I don't care if that wets me or not. Here we go. Rain. Ah. Here we go. Ah. Ah. Some welcome shade.
Okay, Sant'Andrea. And if you're using the All Trails map, this is where the route starts, the AV2. Up until this point it's been route 4A and path 4. Anyway, we've done this bit. Nice village. On we go. Fill up with water here.
Now at the Plose lift.
Are we en route yet?
Going up underneath the ski lifts. It's very hot, even though we're in the shade. Station 6 of the cross. Feels like I'm carrying a cross up with me at the moment.
A fountain signifies that we're about halfway up to the next station, which is Valcro.
A mile.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Being taunted by the gondola, the ski lift. You put it underneath the gondola just to torture you. We can do that. You arrive at the top of the ski station to karting, paragliding, go-karting and all sorts of other stuff at Plose. Across here is a fine view of some mountains where we'll be heading no doubt over the next few days. There you go, use that at your own risk.
Finally, we have a sign. Alta Via 2. Plosehütte. 1 hour 5 minutes. It's been yes, apparently it's closed, but hopefully we can camp there then. It's been a tough old day so far, hasn't it?
And our final view around the corner gives us that.
Well, we're at the Plosehütte, which is just behind us up there, but it's closed.
Close, so
Yeah, so we're debating whether to go and pitch up there. Preferably I would like to pitch down on the meadow down there, but there's cows around. So I think we're just going to have a look around up here, see if we can find something. Okay, we have a cunning plan, and that is to pitch on the grass on the other side of this fence, thereby avoiding the cows. Here it is, it looks perfect. Look at this. Here, there's a little dip in a little hollow there. Just climbing the fence. If this turns out to be the pitch, we'll see you in a bit.
a moment ago there was a mass panic in the camp and we thought we might have to starve. There was a thought we'd left the stove behind. We haven't. Well, the joint effort. Anyway, we hadn't, and now we've cooked tea. We're not going to starve or revert to eating grass or cold soaked porridge. Camp 1, and Sue's been pointing out the possible dangers. So far, we've had a goat herd coming and the dog with them attacking us.
Possible.
We've also had a marmot chewing through the tent. What was the other disaster?
I don't mind if that happens.
There's another disaster we've had as well. Something
Disaster, I like
other
that.
catastrophes have been predicted. Anyway, I'm looking forward to a nice quiet night's camping. Now that I can rest easy.
Well, Dave, it's 7 o'clock, and you know what that means? It's tent time! We're ensconced
No, a tent.
in our tent. I think I can hear voices now outside.
Yeah, there's a few people walking past.
Anyway, stealth camp number 1.
Tough day.
I found that hard today. I really did.
Yeah, 6,000 foot of ascent just over, without really anything in between.
No.
It was. I don't think
Uphill.
maybe I had 100 metres of flat in the whole 8 and a bit miles.
The only bit of flat, I think, was that upper lift station, where the station was.
Yeah, maybe.
The restaurant. Top bit wasn't so bad after that.
Yeah.
It's just that wooded section.
Good thing.
Just- I was tired.
Yeah, tomorrow morning downhill start.
Gently downhill as well.
So hopefully that's a big day though, 16 miles to get to where we're aiming to get to for another wild camp.
Let's see what happens.
Yep. Over and out.
Day 2. Just getting an early start. 5:30. Looking over the Dolomites.
The view we woke to and then left behind on day 2 was bewitching. The first light of dawn was already touching the Odle de Ores ahead of us.
You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside.
In through the woods to the Swartshut.
On the way to Plosehütte, the path opens out from woods into meadows dotted with timber chalets. We were still bathed in that beautiful, soft morning light.
Emerging from the trees.
Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors.
Just past the Swartshut. Someone's at a camp there for the night, bivvy.
Here we realised we could have camped. It was deserted apart from a lone bivvy bag.
And we're headed towards the road next.
We topped up our water quietly, careful not to wake its occupant.
Heading down to Passo Rodella, where we cross the road. Passo Rodello.
Refugio Genova, another 220 from here. Hello.
What we weren't expecting was a full-on bovine traffic jam.
"9 and we're having our 5-mile break. We usually say that after about 5 miles it's good to just sit down, rest your feet for a bit. Makes the rest of the mileage much more comfortable. Well, look at that view behind Dave.
Heading for collision in the night.
The climb to Forcella di Putia is a steep but rewarding pull, each turn revealing wider views across the Odla peaks and the rolling meadows below.
This is the path up to the Refugio. Oh, and it's steep. And it's getting warm. Just up through the Colt. A hazy day.
Beautiful surroundings. Tell when Dave's around. It's tent drying time and us drying time. We're a bit wet as well.
Refugio Genova. And it says 2 on the guidebook. En route to the Rifugio Puez. Having had a green salad and chips for lunch. Magnificent mountains ahead.
Well, you can see where we've just come, all the way along here, and we think there's going to be about 3 hours, maybe 3-hour climb. No, 3 hours total to Rifugio Puez. But look at this. Let's just carry on to this col. This is what we could see, tantalising us earlier on from below. So is this. Wow! Look at this. Look at this. That's amazing. What a vista.
And there's another little refuge here, just about an hour. Oh no, not even that, after the Refugio Genova. So if you fancy a more quiet experience, you could opt for this one.
The next stretch is rated only a 2 to 3 in the guidebook, but we found it brutally steep up to Forcella della Roa.
And that's the Forcella Rocca we're going to. And we've reached the col. Oh.
The climb that followed to Forcella di Sielles, with its few cable-aided sections, demanded care on steep, loose ground.
I'm going to try and see which exercise I need. Reach the col. Just do a slow 360. And that's our way. Beautiful.
Thankfully, the descent to Rifugio Puez was gentler underfoot, with magnificent views across the pastures below towards Civetta, Pelmo and the Tofani peaks.
Just come round the corner. Initially we saw the one to the right and we thought it was all closed. However, refuge in front of us for some refreshments. We well earned nearly 14 miles walk today, leaving the refuge towards our end of day 2.
It feels even hotter, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like the hottest part of the day, and it's 5:15 now. Just look for somewhere to camp now. That's our next objective, wherever this is going to be. Headed towards the Passo Gardena.
Well, that's our ground sheet. We've laid it out in anticipation of putting the tent here. We're just going to hang around for a bit, but we're fairly hidden here. We're about 20 minutes away from the Refugio. That's back over there.
Recognise that pointy peak, that's the one that we look at from the Gardena.
So we're in this little hollow here. I don't think we're going to get disturbed here, do you?
We're 15-20 minutes from the hut, so.
Yeah, and there's no cows around.
And pitch for day 2 on the Alta Via 2.
Nobody disturbed us, and we settled in beneath the biggest thunderstorm yet, safely under canvas. The next stretch, which I hope you'll join us for, traverses some of the finest parts of the Dolomites, and we should know we've climbed and hiked here many times before. I hope you've enjoyed the trail so far, because it's only going to get more spectacular. Until next time, cheerio!